Engstrom Auto Mirror Plant, motivating in good times and bad. In 1998, Engstrom Auto Mirror was looking for a way to increase production to accommodate sales and the market. During that time, they decided to implement a bonus system called the Scale-In Plan. This plan increased productivity, and monthly bonuses boosted morale within the company. However, over time, dissatisfaction about the Scale-In Plan effectiveness came into question when 7 years later the industry took a downturn. This caused the business to lay off 18% of employees in June of 2006. Now the work culture is plagued with low morale and trust issues. The fear of layoffs is suspected as bonuses which were long received are no longer in abundance. Efficiency, quality of product, morale, and lack of leadership have all decreased and continue to fall. The resolution is to modify the Scale-In Plan. There are many benefits to reevaluating the plan and adapt this into current demands within the industry. This will determine what staffing levels are appropriate, maintain control of continuous improvements based on business needs, and through it we will learn how communication plays a role in the future success of Engstrom Auto Mirror.
The Engstrom Auto Mirror, which had operated since 1948 and enjoyed considerable success for much of its lifetime. By the late 1990s, the company was struggling and profits had plummeted. The company was going through a lot of changes on the manufacturing side. This transition was not smooth, and with extensive delays in manufacturing and irritated customers, they were at a decision point and were considering closing the plant down. In 1998, the management adopted a plan called the Scale-In Plan. This plan has been around since the 1930s and is still being used today by many companies. The primary function of this plan was to motivate the employees to increase production by allowing their input and then share their fruits of their labor. The three basic components of the plan are taking suggestions for improvement by employees at all levels, have the company committees evaluate these suggestions, then the sharing of the fruits of increased productivity through monthly bonuses. I'll provide an example of this. One of the examples was out on the floor when one of the machines broke down, the machine operator would have to call a mechanic. Well, the mechanic would come waltzing out there with one tool in hand, and usually it was not the correct tool. Then the mechanic would have to go back to the shop and grab a different tool, and sometimes this would take place 2 or even 3 times, which usually resulted in the machine being down for a very long time. This would slow down the production, and with the employee, less production meant less on their bonuses. So the employees discussed this situation with the management, and the management made the change with the mechanics to bring all the tools on one tool cart at one time to any breakdown. That way they would have what they needed to get the machine up and running as quickly as possible. This resulted in less downtime, which allowed for them to get more production and stay on track and increase bonuses. The Scale-In Plan was announced in December of 1999 for a communal vote, and it passed. Shortly after in-place sales had increased and everything was going great, it even quadrupled in 2005. In 2006, there was a downturn in the industry, which resulted in sales to decline, which also resulted in minimal profits, layoffs, and no bonuses. The employees' morale was declining as a result. They believed that management were moving and shifting the numbers, and it became to where they just didn't trust them no more. And they also believed that there was some possible pilferage. When they did get a current order, it took them so long to get the order done that they would have to change the shipping, which increased the price of shipping, and they couldn't get it to the customer in order to meet the customer deadline. So that even drove the profit down even more, and the situation just kept spiraling out of control. This became such a big problem, ultimately the company found itself in the same position as it did in 1998 and was considering closing.
Solutions. Now we will discuss some viable solutions. The Scanlon plan worked for Engstrom Auto Mirror plant back in 1998. However, the company grew and evolved. The Scanlon plan was never reevaluated. We believe revamping the Scanlon plan to adjust to the needs of today's industry is a resolution. The plan needs to be implemented based on current sales and productivity results. One beneficial change we would like to put into effect is the changing of the monthly bonus to a quarterly bonus instead. The decision was made to even out the good and the bad months. The next important step would be to increase communication to the employees by presenting data and the changes that we would like to implement. By keeping an open line of communication, employees will know how the funds are being dispersed. This will eliminate the mistrust of employees and remove the idea that the company is putting a moving carrot for the bonuses. This will give us a more clear evaluation of the company's needs and the demand of the consumer. Evaluating the Scanlon plan will also help determine the supply and demand of staffing levels within the company. This will provide us direction in making decisions and changes as needed.
The benefits of our solution. Modification to the Scanlon plan has many benefits for both the employees and the company. We hope by re-evaluating the Scanlon plan, this will increase and build trust again in employees. This will help maintain loyal staff, increase motivation and morale throughout the entire company. One of the benefits is that it creates financial stability within the company, and it also creates stability within the employee paychecks. Updating the bonus from monthly to quarterly will prevent employees from becoming reliant on that money as a part of their salary as they were doing before. This will create more stability, and as a result, higher morale, as workers will not become reliant on bonuses as a part of their salary. We believe that there was a lack of communication that played a part in the employees' morale. Therefore, our efforts to increase on communication between management and employees will improve. We believe that this new bonus plan will keep employees motivated. Higher communication will motivate employees to increase their knowledge on product development strategies and solutions. This new plan, again, will increase trust, retain employees, help motivate a loyal staff, or help maintain a loyal staff, increase motivation and morale throughout the entire company.
There are many factors that motivate employees to perform at their best, such as their desire to help or teach, inspirational leaders, the belief in their company's values and visions, or in this case, money. The institution of the Scanlon Plan was successful in the beginning. However, what has worked in the past doesn't mean it will continue to work in the future. With unpredictable fluctuation in the market and constant changes within a company, Engstrom Auto Mirror Plant soon discovered their company-wide employee initiative program reached a crisis point. Determined to get the plant on track, modification to the Scanlon Plan is a smart thing to do. Multiple adjustments will be made to the plan in order for it to adapt into the current conditions of the company and its employees' worth. There is hope for any company to succeed as long as they are willing to admit their flaws, take the time to strategize, and commit to change.